Welcome back, moto enthusiasts. I am back with a live show after the race. I got my horchata, and you know what I got. I've got Costco effing cookies. These things are literally crack. They are definitely should be on. I need a therapeutic use exemption for Costco cookies because of the sheer amount of dopamine that gets released into my brain because of how much sugar they pack per centimeter of chocolate chip to how is it you really make cookies besides make the dough? I've never really made the dough myself, but anyway, I digress. Man, the 450 class is pretty freaking boring if you ask me, because I had a bet with Cooksey on my live show this last weekend. Sorry, what are you guys in the chat room is saying it's a Schedule 1 drug? Yeah, no, hell yeah, cookies are a Schedule 1 drug. But my train of thought is, I was saying Jett is going to go perfect season. He's going to win the next 20 motos. So now he's only got to win the next 18 motos. And it's looking like he can, because how much faster he is than the entire field. And it's really not that many riders, right? When it comes to factory guys, you've got all of a sudden, boom, Freddie Noren, Derek Drake, Jerry Robin. These are all privateers pretty much afterwards. You've got Jett Lawrence, AC, Aaron Plessinger, Cooper Webb, and Dylan Fernandez. That's really the extent of the 450 class, right? So is Jett going to have a hashtag if he wins a perfect season with qualifying to the motos? The qualifying really doesn't count. It's just per motos, but, I'm semantics. He did a 206.2, and then AC did a 208.3. That's 2 seconds a lap faster. And if you ask me, I pretty much think that Jett isn't trying that hard on the track. If you watch him, he might make a small little mistake here and there, but he's not like doing the Bubba Stewart thing where I need to win by a minute. He's just, I'll win by 4 seconds. There's literally points on the track over the tabletop before the single in the last little straightaway before the actual finish line. Before you hit that pretty much big single, you would see Jett look over and he'd go, okay, are these guys gaining on me? Or are they not? Do I need to go a little bit faster? Do I not need to go a little bit faster? So in my opinion, it's strategy, right? If you wanted to break somebody, why don't you not be so far ahead to where Dylan and Cooper and AP feel like, man, I'm keeping him in sight. So you just keep riding harder and harder and harder. And you're the dude that is only riding at 75%. You're basically breaking your competition to where they hypothetically have to go back to their tent or their trailer or their Class A motorhome, get an IV because they're sitting there, oh my effing God, I am so tired. But you know what? I was pretty close, right? And then if you were to kind of get close to Jett, then you just drop the hammer and you've got an extra gear. It is a beautiful, beautiful strategy in my opinion. And if you watch Jett after, he doesn't seem as if he's tired. And I think Johnny O'Mara is his trainer, and you literally see him give him some sort of a pill afterwards that he takes. I kind of want to know what pill it is. It could literally just be a salt tablet to try to help with electrolytes, whatever. But I think it's interesting that it's shown on TV that you see him chugging some water and then he takes something. For all we know, it could just be Rhino Power, because Rhino Power, that stuff, you take, I don't know, 37 pills on that stuff. You get tired of swallowing. Yeah, that sounds bad. You could totally edit this live show out. It'd be like Hopper was talking about swallowing stuff. But truthfully, it's apparent that Jett is running at 75% while the competition is running at 100%. But that's not even the big thing, right? You guys know my thumbnail here. I'm talking about Deegan being docked, right? If I look on the penalty reports, basically I could have the wrong address again. I wouldn't think that it would be changing, but they're literally not showing anything different from last last weekend, a Fox Raceway here, it's just showing you 22, because if you go into Pro Motocross Championship under here at MX Sports, they've got all this stuff, and you can go to penalty reports, and there's nothing here. So really, that's not much what I can go off of. However, I can open up the screenshots of how everything finished, right? And here is the 250 class in overall results, right? You've got Hayden Deegan with a first and a fourth. Justin Cooper with a second. Tom Vial with a seventh and a third. Then RJ with a 5-5, right? But then if I go to the actual PDF archive stuff and I go to official results and the 250 class, it is very interesting that you have Hayden Deegan with, here, can I zoom this up for you guys? You've got Hayden Deegan saying it's a seventh, not a fourth. Okay, what the hell is that about? Okay, he won the first moto, which I guess let's talk about the first moto. The kid came out qualifying 13th. Okay, he came out qualifying 13th. Here, let me get to the right freaking deal. That's, again, finishing. Dun, dun, dun. See, I'm doing this live, so you got to bear with me just briefly here. Okay, so here's qualifying times. You've got Justin Cooper with a 2:06, and then you've got Hayden Deegan with a 2:10. Literally 3.5-4 seconds slower than Justin Cooper, and he wins the first moto, comes out swinging, and he's not afraid to push people around. We saw it in Moto 2, where I think, was it Fierro that he ended up taking out, and then that's when Joe ended up off the track. I wonder if that's the thing that got protested or anything, because why in the hell is this not a fourth place? Here, if I can bring that back up on the screen, okay? First and a fourth. And then now, too many tabs open. Too many freaking tabs open. Which one was I at? Okay, let's just delete the ones. Okay, this is the right one. This is the right one. First and a seventh. And then that actually means Tom Vial, he went 4-4 when he actually got third, right? He actually got third that second moto. So he moves up a position, and trying to figure this out live is like what they were doing. If I go to the actual, okay, that's qualifying. We'll get rid of that. 250 Moto 2. So who is saying got third? They're saying Jake Swoll got third. Maybe this just is a misprint or something, okay? Because interesting. Let's go one further and not do the completed times. Let's go to provisioning results for that Moto 2. And where was Swoll again, right? He was 11th. So I'm guessing that we just are catching a typo here is what we're doing, is we're catching a major typo, because Joe Shimoda was 10th after being taken down. Hayden Deegan was actually 4th. Like, this all computes. This looks correct, but the official results, I'm sure we'll probably maybe hear something later, or maybe not, but I'm guessing Swoll did nope. I am looking at the wrong effing stop. That's the starting stuff. There's nothing. Wow. How to look like a complete ass online. That is first and a fourth. There's actually nothing there, right? That's first, second, third, fourth, third for Tom Vial. Nope, I'm just looking at it wrong, guys. If I move this over with here, here's the finishes. So, I'm going to just leave it posted because I fucking made a big mistake. I'll change the title, but that's what I'll do. Fuck, man. Oops. Yeah, way to make a big nothing burger out of there. That's a starting hole shot. But no, I'm super impressed. I'm super impressed with Hayden Deegan. And, this is a scenario where I need to be a little bit humble here because I made a big boo-boo. So I appreciate you guys. And damn it, it's all the horchata and the Costco cookies here. Truthfully, my top deals is Jet Lawrence. He's just not trying that hard. And then if we watched AP on the podium, he talked about, hey, you know what? I think the track is not raceable. It's not freaking raceable, and you need to water it more. Well, you don't water it so much between motos. You got to water it during qualifying to get it really deep and create the lines, because if you just water it from there, then it just becomes super slippery, and then you have guys go down, and that's exactly what happened. And there's a big battle going on at KTM, I would say, between Cooper and AP. AP seems to have Cooper's number in motocross, but he keeps making mistakes. Made a little mistake and ended up looping out after the finish line and broke his clutch and couldn't get started, and I believe finished 6th. He lost the podium from there, so that works all for Cooper Webb for sure, but that sucks for AP yet again with just some more bad luck. And in the 250 class, I noticed with Jay Martin, that looked like a hyperextension. I don't know if it was Swole that was actually the rider that ran over, because when Jay Martin ran into Mosiman, it looked like he put his arm down there to extend it, and then it got ran over. It might have been RJ or what, but dude, poor Jay Martin. He's in his 30s now. Like, it's going to be harder for him to be able to come back from that. And other than that, man, I'm super pumped that Jet Lawrence is potentially in his rookie year going to have a perfect season. And yeah, could there be a small asterisk there because you don't have Jason Anderson, you don't have, Malcolm, you don't have Barsha, you don't have Tomac, you don't have Sexton. There's a lot of guys that are ended up being injured, which is a bummer, but you can't take it away from him. He's going to make quite a bit of money. And then you see other riders like Ty Masterpool moving from 250s to 450s because the purse money is greater, and more privateers should be trying to race 450s because it's not as stacked. It's not a stack. It's an easier bike to ride. It doesn't have to be built to the hilt as much, and you could potentially get some of your best finishes from there. And here, I will read some of your guys's in the chat room here, because it's the Costco cookies that made me have that. Okay, you guys are talking about blonde streak and John's hair. Yeah, Jesus, guys. Yeah, like that was a gnarly mess up, and I can't fucking read a PDF apparently, amongst other things. So really, I got to take the L on that one for sure, because it was like I hyped up Deegan, and then I was saying, like, what the hell is going on, because I can't find anything. And the reason why I can't find anything is because I was making shit up, because I was looking at the damn wrong PDF on stuff, Anyway, that if it clearly says 1 and 4 here. The amount of little research I did to try to figure out why is this going on here. Could this have been because the conspiracy theorist in me is, I'm like, was there something done because of taking out Fiero and then Joe Shimoda? Like this is weird. This is weird. My next deal was to text Davey Coombs, but I mean, it's freaking late at night. I'm not going to bug him. And especially if I'm wanting to go live, I'm not going to bug him on that. So I'm just going to look at the PDFs and see what it was. And, so a giant nothing burger on that one. But truthfully, what this really is about is there's going to be a sweep happen from Jet. Jet is going to win every moto, and I've bet Cooksey like $100. It's nothing big, right? But maybe I should have bet him more money than that, because it's looking pretty good in my favor, right? So Cooksey, I guess you could suck it right now, because I'm winning the bet, even though there's 9 more races to go. But hey, I sincerely appreciate every single one of you guys, and man, I appreciate you guys being behind me. And at one point, right, if I can become, it's not a matter of who, it's not a matter of how, it's a matter of who. If I can get more who's behind me, I can have some more people and level up my production value and do some more stuff, But I will say humbly that, man, I do make mistakes sometimes. Even during my live show, I spelled some things, ironically, like I never was a very great speller, but it was really up to you guys in the chat that saved my ass. So I really do appreciate you guys. And man, I do apologize for the major clerical error that I just had. I'm embarrassed. So till next time, Keep it WFO. I hope you guys have a good Sunday. And if you're going to go ride, make sure you have some fun. And like I said, you keep it WFO. Fuck, man. Idiot sometimes.